Enjoy the show. Drive on Lugnutz.
This is the 298th presentation from Purge Hangers and Wall Hangers Media Network, and of course, it's none other than Lugnutz.
Welcome, gearheads. This week, we got the Blazer, the Integra Civic, what? Toyota Crown, this BMW's on fire, the last Encore, Ion 5 wins award. We'll talk about the next Lotus that Lightning McQueen will be lusting after, and who's going to own Lightning McQueen.
Play on Batanga. Drive on Lugnutz.
Right on over here at the PJAndDWH.com, where you're going to find all of the crazy and luggy nutty moments right up top, as well as last week's Triforce podcast, Master Debating Disney Plus Triple Giggity.
Okay.
And the last Lugnutz podcast that we did, which was a nice rally shark mouth fins. Of course, last week we went live at the auto show.
We did.
Several
It's
times.
fantastic.
Giggity.
We saw the new Civic, or the new Integra, sort of, in its
Kinda.
own way.
We'll talk about it like we talk about Walljanger Gaming. Monday to Sunday this week, you'll find Big Brother and myself streaming on the interwebs. Big Brother, you're going through Dying Light. How is it?
It's not bad. The characters sort of bugged the hell out of me, and the game, it has its moments. But, you know, as people say, the climbs are challenging.
It's about the experience.
Yeah. I kind of like the first one better.
Yeah. I will get back to my Old Republic stream next weekend.
Life
because
gets in the way sometimes.
Batman got in the way.
Yeah. It was really good Batman.
Favorite Batman. Spoiler alert coming soon. So.
Don't drink any water like hours before, because it's like a 4-hour movie or whatever the hell it is.
It's a 3-hour movie.
Because
end game protocols.
Bring provisions.
Yeah, end game protocols in play.
Nap ahead of time.
You won't have to take a potty break for this first story.
Oh, the Blazer is coming, and there will be an SS variant in 2024. But you'll see it spring 2023. The company's battery technology will go into this one. It'll be the electric version. I think there's a image below. There's a video that doesn't tell you a whole lot.
Other than the cool fucking top.
That is neat how it opens and closes like that. I see.
Wheel spinning.
That's not a bad
That's a nice
commercial
video.
Or teaser.
Yeah, nice.
Images below. Chevy mentioned that the Blazer will be arriving in 2023.
That's not
There
bad.
will be a performance version, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not a lot of details. I like the look of it. The Blazer was always, you always saw them around. And that you see them around forever.
Yeah.
There's still people with those early 90s Blazers still driving around.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, the Blazer is one of those cars that, I mean, OJ made famous, but it was already popular.
He made the Bronco.
Bronco, fuck.
He wasn't in a
Blazer.
In your alternate universe, he was in a Blazer. No, he was in a Bronco.
Yeah, no.
A white Bronco.
A white
nonetheless.
Bronco. I don't want to besmear the name Blazer.
But the performance package should be something with the torque available on electric cars.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I've always
liked the look of a Blazer.
Yeah, I mean, it's got the skinny lights right here.
Yeah, it's got those thin little things.
Those rims, I mean, the honeycomb rims, anytime you go with that, it's not a bad look. And it just looks like an SUV, so it's not bad. It's a very sleek look for old name.
Looks are just like this next story. What looks like a Civic or an Integra? Turns out there are little differences. We got 91 photos here. Oh, there's little differences in both. The Integra is at 107.7 inches. So the Integra is 6.8 inches longer. That gives you 6.8 more inches of leg room.
Giggity.
Or whatever room, I assume. They didn't release much information, but there is a chart below once we get looking at them. Kind of looks like...
it looks sexy.
Yeah.
I do like the look of the Integra. I really do. Even if it is just a overglorified Honda Civic.
Well, it is 6.8 inches longer than the Civic hatchback and 1.8 inches longer than the SI sedan. The hatchback and the sedan, they did get to drive, but no one's allowed in the Integra yet. It's a little bit bigger.
That red is really fucking good.
It's a nice red.
And the blue is nice too, but that red is really captivating. It's I can't wait to see these on the lot.
Yeah. They are assuming that it'll weigh a little bit more. They're assuming about 3,000 pounds or so.
That sounds about right.
The same engine though.
Yeah.
Same 200 horsepower.
1.5 liter turbo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same thing. There is more news on the SI Civic engine and the hatchback body.
It went to the wrong story again. But here's that the chart.
There's a chart here that gives you all the juicy bits of the details.
Yeah, so you got the Integra. The wheelbase is 107.7 inches. The Civic is the same.
The hatchback of the Civic will come with a CVT. So you don't want that one. You know, the Integra is looking much better, isn't it? Because they didn't mention that with the Integra yet. Unless I mentioned it in last podcast.
Nope.
I forgot.
I would have remembered that. Because that Integra is looking mighty sexy right now.
Yep. No word on the interior.
It's a little bit wider, though.
It's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit wider.
It's about like
show all
1.1 inches long.
Yeah, 72-inch width, where that's 70 about.
They got pretty much the same height besides the Civic HP Sport. And
same track.
Yeah, same track. So really, the only physical spec difference is that it's wider,
a little bit wider,
by a smidge.
But it has the same engine, so it's bigger, heavier,
and wider
with the same engine.
But
if you're looking for performance, I'd go with the lighter one, which would be the Civic.
I mean, I'm sure there are many subtle differences between the two, but
we'll see them when they release it. But so far, no one's allowed to drive it. There it is. You can look at it from a distance.
And from the point when we first talked about the Integra to now, it has grown on me. But I swear that front grille is different than that orange one that we saw, because this is a new.
It looks like
grill.
It's a bit higher.
Yeah, this is a new diamond grill where it does not look bad. And I think that it's really impressive. Even if they have the 4-door and it's not a coupe, I'll put that aside.
Yeah.
The lift back alone with this car, I think, is it's going to have a big movement.
It'll have a little bit more storage space on the inside with the lift back, and you put the seats down. You could probably put a lot of stuff in there.
Oh, yeah.
You put a lot of stuff in
there.
Oh,
yeah. And that's the fucking Integra, man. That's what made it so, useful.
Yep. But if you want junk in the trunk, you might think about this next story if you live in Europe. The CX-60 is coming to you.
That was a good segue.
The Mazda CX-60 won't be sold in the U.S., but the underpinnings and the new engine will cross over into other crossovers. Rear-wheel drive platform, straight 6 engine, double wishbone suspension, kinetic posturing control, anti-roll tech. That recently debuted in the Mazda Miata. And an all-wheel drive system with torque vectoring. I love saying torque vectoring.
Pinky up.
I don't know what it does, but it seems like everyone needs torque
whimsical.
vectoring.
Torque vectoring? Yeah.
You can have this new collar. What does it do? It adds torque vectoring on your dog. Sounds good to me.
He needs some torque vectoring.
Yeah, he needs torque vectoring.
Maybe he wouldn't tear up the carpet so much if he had a little torque vectoring.
Yeah, totally.
That carpet
He does
would stay
move
in
furniture
place.
when he runs around the house. But back to the CX-60.
Yes.
The rear-wheel drive, it will also have rear-wheel drive throughout the models. 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine with an electric motor, 8-speed automatic transmission, 17.8 kilowatt-hour battery.
You know, especially
Total of 323 horsepower, 369 torques.
the 8, 9, 10-speed transmission. It always sounded like a very weird premise, but after driving
Sounds like
10
something
speed,
that can't decide what it's doing.
after driving
Thinks
a 10
it's in
speed.
the Fast and the Furious.
Well, no, after driving a 10 speed with proper timing, it actually it's the same. You don't notice a fucking difference besides when you go to change out that fluid. But you don't notice anything. You know, it's the same thing with proper timing. Like anything.
Okay.
Like a joke.
Well, Europe will also be getting a new SUV called the CX-80. It'll have 3 rows. Model will not get, but the U.S. will get 2 different models called the CX-70 and the CX-90. That one sounds huge.
I mean, it doesn't look bad. I like the front grille. It looks very nice. It kind of has that BMW nose car feel about it.
At this size, you're kind of losing the shape quality of like the 3
Yeah.
and the 5. They got that sleek shape, but with that big SUV look,
It just looks like they're moving the passenger bubble around on the vehicle
yeah, it's
to
way
see what looks better.
That looks way farther back. Whereas
well, what if we move the bubble back?
the CX-30,
Yeah.
the small SUV,
Yeah.
that one, it looks curvy. It's
very sexy
that's a
car.
really
Yeah.
nice looking SUV.
Oh,
If
100%.
I do say so myself, and I'm not a fan of many.
You're
This
a fan
one's
of
not-
Mazda.
I am. I don't know. This one doesn't grow on me like that.
No, but
that smaller one.
It's just moving the bubble to the back, you know?
Yeah.
They just took that eraser and just went, what if we go with that?
Like looking over the hood of an old Cadillac or
Yes.
driving your car.
Exactly.
A hood that just goes on and on and
It
on.
looks like you have to have a camera in the front just to see how close you are to somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
If
That'd
you
be a
don't
great
have
feature.
that-
Just for parking on the street.
If you don't have that, you're fucked.
Oh, yeah. Well,
You're fucked. Most cars you can judge accurately, but these long-nosed cars, you're just like, I have to know landmarks to know I'm parked right.
well, if you want to park right, you could be parking a Crown, a Toyota Crown.
Uh-huh.
In this next story,
Which is not this
parking
one.
a Toyota Crown. The Toyota Crown, look at this. I don't like the color. Vomit green. I've been eating pea soup and I'm in on the ocean green, but like
They could have picked a better color.
they could have picked a better color.
Yeah.
They must be going for naturey.
That looks like the Penguin would drive it.
Yeah, kind of. Toyota Crown will be replacing the Avalon. There's not a lot known. Front wheel
Avalon.
drive, and it's got looks, so we can look at it. I like that first picture, other than the color.
Yeah, no, that looks weird.
Any other color, yellow would look better.
Yeah,
Depends on what shade of yellow.
it would. Orange,
Orange.
a good
It would look
blue
good
or
orange.
a blue or a red.
Yeah.
Those solid primary colors. Those would really
Not-
pop on that. I think a red would really bring out the
Not that
curves.
green.
No.
That is not. I don't like that green.
No, I would even go for like a more base, like a regular green color. You know, rather than the olive. Everybody goes to like the olive or like the green with like a gold flare to it. Stop that.
Yeah.
Hold your hand out. Stop that. You learned that? We'll do it again. No. He learned. You don't do that. The the baby spinach puke green does not need to be a color in the automotive industry.
Luckily, you'll be on the inside and you won't have to see the color. But
Exactly.
in this next story,
You'll have to see it.
well, they've been looking at something for 57 years. You know, when you've been together 57 years, you really think you're building something, don't you? You're working hand in hand together. But BMW looked at Alpine and said, you're ours now. They've acquired Alpine.
Really?
They're ending the development line in Butthole.
It's
It's not Butthole. I practice this. Bunchhole?
Buchel.
Buchel? Probably
Buchel?
someplace in Germany, I'm guessing.
We're butchering it, but
sorry to
yeah.
butcher your little town more.
It's not like our last name doesn't get butchered every fucking time.
Well, they pronounce it right on the news. They're talking about Romania. BBC pronounced it right. I'm like, hey, you got it right. Back in the regular news. Back in the car news.
Yes.
Remember BMW? They've acquired Alpine. The CEO of Alpine in 2020 said that the electric crossover was going to be a huge challenge with the regulators, safety, software.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was too much of a challenge, and BMW went, you're ours now. We're just going to shove you over here. It's not going to be like, they're not going to get like their own M division or anything like that. But
Yeah.
they're going to keep doing what they do.
Well, I mean, auto manufacturers always trying to get into different markets, especially because of racing being a huge part of that.
2021 was Alpine's most successful year, and BMW agreed so much that they scooped them up.
It's a good win for them. I mean, with Alpine, you know.
BMW models in Butthole will still be produced until sorry about your town. Bushel until 2025.
Bouchot?
Bunch. Let's just escape to a fire.
Bougeot. Maybe it's like like Zeldana? I don't know. We'll go to something else.
I don't know, but this BMW's on fire.
Literally.
There's a recall for BMW. They don't have a picture of the car?
No.
There was a picture of the car earlier.
Nope.
No. There
we
you go. BMW.
Hey, remember them?
900,000 vehicles could cause fire due to a positive crankcase ventilation PVC valve heat that may overheat and cause electrical shorts.
Yeah.
Which is a problem in the engine compartment where there are fires, which is risk to the driver, or when it's parked.
Yeah. Yeah, that's bad.
Recall for the 1 series, the 3 series, the 5 series, the ZX4 series, the X3 series, the X5, and everything from 2006 to 2013.
Yeah, that's a big recall.
That's a huge recall. Wow.
Yeah.
I'd hate to be BMW.
Yeah, no.
I probably wouldn't hate to be BMW. They're probably doing all right for themselves.
Yeah, anything with the ventilation in the engine is bad news. Bad news.
Positive crankcase ventilation. Valve heater.
Yeah, it's one of those technologies that it's essential to how your engine normally functions, but when you got a problem, it's essential for a fucking reason. Like,
I would think that a 2006...
It's something that causes that I am fucked light to come on.
I would have thought that in a 2006, they would have came up with this problem already, and like they would have been solving it. Like, I've had it since 2006. It's 2022.
Well, it depends.
You're now figuring it out?
It depends, man, because it depends at the dealership level. When you're in that warranty period, right? Who's the guy looking at it? Are they competent? Is it just somebody who went to a class on a weekend every other
That person's
weekend?
not picking it up. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then you don't always have like skilled craftsmen who like engineers want to talk to. I've worked with several mechanics in my history in the automotive industry to where engineers in the automotive industry have been like,
Engineers are
Hey,
something else.
what do you think about this? And they're like, well, I think it may be this.
like they have conversations with them.
I used to work with engineers.
Oh,
Now I go to where it's sane. Mental health.
Yes.
Just like this next story. You may be distraught and might need mental health after you realize the Buick Encore is no more. First introduced in 2013, 10 model years of this first generation. After 2022, no more. It's a forgettable, ugly little thing.
R. Kelly is out of place. I just wanted to be a little bit more center.
Right. It's not, I don't think it's all that good looking. And apparently other people didn't because sales are down 52%.
I mean, it just kind of looks like what was it? The Spark?
There's so many.
It looks like a Chevy.
There's so many better looking SUVs, and it's a small SUV. I could get something that looks so much better
And bigger. Like
even the
on the
Lincoln
inside.
version of this. The front end of the Lincoln would look better, I think.
I mean, even like other small SUVs,
Yeah.
you get more space than that.
Yeah.
That's just not acceptable. Like you might as well buy a Fiat
Yeah.
or a fucking Mini.
You know what? You might want something that has performance, an expansion of performance, an expansion of performance that you can't avoid.
Okay.
You can't dodge this performance. Dodge is expanding to performance parts at over 100 dealers, catering to performance drivers. New factory-backed parts that were developed directly by Dodge, Direct Connect program with drive lines and power trains, and crate engine suspensions, and various other parts from mild to wild that were all produced for the track.
Now, here's a little Easter egg for those Lugnutz that are following, is that this is the same picture from that one story you had to where the guy got to be the test driver for Dodge.
Stock photo. It's just, it's the Motor Authority stock photo. I like it. It's a nice picture. I would have chose that one too. You know what? I did.
I edit 2 podcasts a week, and I know when I've seen something reoccurring that frequently, and I was like, I have seen that picture before.
Well, these performance parts are going to start in 34 states, and then they'll expand from there. I like their idea of adding performance parts and selling them as well.
A part of me hopes that one of those 34 states is Alaska, just as a fuck you.
Probably not Alaska. I'm sorry, Alaska. You're probably not first for performance parts.
Okay, what about
But
Hawaii?
you know what? People who live up there, they're not surprised. Like,
That's where you
they live
test
in
the
Alaska.
parts, man. What other extreme conditions could you choose than Alaska? Hey, this was
that is
tested
where
in
you-
Alaska. It will work.
Testing would have happened like years ago. If
Okay.
like they're here,
Yeah,
they tested. It's been tested.
you know.
They have some really nice models.
Oh,
Like the Charger.
oh yeah.
I mean, I wasn't sold in the beginning, but like now that you can't get it no more, I'm like, why didn't I get one? I mean, it could be because of the dealership's reputation.
It's like when you go to seeing a band live. You're like, oh man, why didn't I see them when they were still alive? I had a chance to see that band. Like,
Yeah.
oh, man.
Could have saw Jackson. Oh well. Let's talk about Hyundai.
Sure.
Not that K-pop. The Ion 5 has won a prestigious award.
They
UK Car of the Year.
They should put that steering wheel back.
I think that's the award.
Oh, right.
That was my first thought as well.
That makes sense.
You're never going anywhere without the steering wheel, asshole.
These guys, you think you're going somewhere.
2021 and 2022, Ion won lots of awards over the last year. This one was chosen by 9 judges from different backgrounds and publications.
Okay.
It has a 298-mile range.
I mean,
It was praised for its innovative design.
if there's one person that
It's definitely different.
one company, it's the Korean and like Japanese markets that are like they're pumping in stuff. Acura's teaming up with GM, but you got these people. They're really focusing in on electric vehicles now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Unless you're the few we've talked about, the Japanese 5 are working on it.
The people who
Speaking of K-pop, the Japanese 5.
the people who are literally writing their homework as the teacher's asking for it in class. No. I got it. It's in my book bag somewhere. They're just scrambling. You should have thought about this.
It was praised for its innovative design. I guess it's an innovative design. It's got no grill. It's got that weird line over here.
And it looks like
somewhere.
Tesla. When you look at a Tesla, it looks different than this. I actually do like the look of the Ion. I
like
think
the look of a lot of
stylish.
Hyundai vehicles.
And you look at those rims, man. Let me scroll up on this so the viewers can see that. That rim right there. That is a very
nice rim.
interesting rim.
It's a nice rim right there.
You know, it's
Got
like
lots
those
of spokes. Or
those
whatever.
little the wheels when you grab the pen and it's in the circle and you're like,
Oh, look at this. My pen goes the same way, like a mouth problem.
Actually, that's how they came up with it.
well, all right, there you go.
Well,
we would have came to the same conclusion. I'm
Yes, we
great
would
minds
have.
think alike.
well, on to the next story, where the end of one era does mean the beginning of the next.
Yes.
Lotus. This is the last gas-powered Lotus. Back in the day, Cole Chapman turned an F1 car into a lightweight road car, and we got the Esprit. It's the second most famous Wedge after the Countach.
Oh, I was going to say cheddar. Like a cheddar wedge.
You can insert your own joke there. Cheese joke or dirty cheese joke.
What's your cheese?
You have the choice of a Toyota 3.5-liter V6 or a 2-liter inline 4 with a turbocharger that should produce 400 horsepower. Sounds like an ass kicker.
Oh, yeah.
The Amira has been designed and crash injected from Geely that took control in 2017.
It sounds dirty.
Geely?
It was crash injected by Geely. Sounds like a
They're
sweaty
totally
Italian guy.
crash injecting it all, which is really dirty because it's a car.
It looks like they probably have a mustache like mine. You know?
Well, the Amira's aluminum structure is built with an adhesive bond ilium structure. It's got to be aluminum.
Ilium?
It's got to be a typo.
Oh, yeah. That's probably aluminum structure.
Let me start again. The Amira's aluminum structure was built with an adhesive bond aluminum structure, and it is the same technique that they've used since the Elise. Suspension rolls hard under aggressive turns, and directional control is done well with great grip all around.
I mean, you know, in suspension, especially in a car.
And you kind of expect that from a Lotus.
With a Lotus suspension, you should expect getting in that thing and not having a problem. You're gripping to the ground.
Unless you know what the letters stand for. But they are iconic cars. It's nice to see them get them while they last. Last gas-powered car. Sometime, hopefully, we'll still be able to drive these in the future. You know.
Well, once you get the classic car
The
status.
gas cars would be like horses, you know?
Yeah.
Horses were everywhere. And you may not remember, but when there were horses, when the car came along, they're like, look, it's a solution to pollution problems from horses. Horses produce a different pollution.
Yeah. Yeah. One that
You mostly
causes
step in it when
disease.
you're walking, and it's not fun.
Yeah.
And now they're off to the farms where they belong, I guess, having fun doing horse stuff.
doing the horse stuff.
Right, doing horse stuff.
Okay.
And over at Porsche, they're doing Porsche stuff.
Making
Remember the movie
synthetic
Cars?
fuel and shit.
Remember the movie Cars?
Yeah.
They made him. Lightning McQueen, they actually built Lightning McQueen. I think he's drivable.
All right.
Don't wait now, but they're going to auction him off. They call it Sally, and the color is metallic blue with a pinstripe tattoo. Is that from the movie or something?
Yeah. With the pinstripe.
Never seen the actual. I just thought it was neat that Porsche built Lightning McQueen.
I mean, when you got fuck you money, why not?
It is a fully road legal car. Blue
How?
interior, accent lights.
You can't tell me this fucking windshield is road legal. In what, California, maybe?
There might be a one of those wind
All right.
cardboard things. They just propped it up there.
You're just gonna
Looks good from the distance.
You're just gonna break down the fourth wall for me right there, huh?
Right there.
I
Porsche
thought
says
they added that.
they've been working on it for months, despite the war that is happening in the region that you might have heard about.
War's going on around, but let's focus on the eyes.
Over at Sotheby's in Texas, you too could own Lightning McQueen.
Okay.
And that is what we say is that. I think it's neat that they made Lightning McQueen an actual drivable car.
Yeah, it's
I could
very
see
neat.
someone buying it and driving it to children's hospitals.
Yeah.
Look, there he is. Does it
Absolutely.
talk? No, it doesn't talk. Oh,
Yeah. I could see that.
that's disappointing.
Another thing I could see is an interesting end segment, which of course would be our time at the auto show. So,
Yes, indeed. They had this one.
yeah. So we walked around the auto show. The Camry here, we have a very interesting look. And then you go in the interior. And this is where
Nice, usable interior.
the Instagram live feed, I had a problem with the interior because you look at the center screen and they're still going with fucking buttons.
Yeah.
You know,
What's wrong with a
everybody
button?
else.
Button's consistent.
Yeah, I get
A
that.
button works when I push it. I can replace it so the other buttons know what's going to happen to them if they let us down.
Well, yeah, but it's the entire screen that gets replaced, not just that one button.
Whatever. In my
It's
mind,
not old school. But, you know what I
in
mean?
my mind, yes, we'll just replace this one button. Bang.
and
That's not how it works.
and no, it's more socialist to where everybody's fucked.
Okay, on to the next feature.
And then we have the Prius.
The Prius. I still don't.
They've always
Like
had a weird back end that I have detested.
It's got that clear part right here.
Yeah.
It's clear but not clear.
Yeah.
Then there's the window
Why?
here. I don't.
Why? Why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd rather have a Yaris.
RAV4.
I think
Very
this is the mini.
Yeah, no.
Oh, this is the RAV4.
Yeah.
The
Very- very
the
practical.
back end of the RAV4 and a minivan look identical.
They do. But the RAV4, very
This was
practical
for
SUV.
your segment on Matt's favorite back ends.
Yeah, right here. My favorite back ends. I mean, I like that back end over that back end.
Yep.
It's a very different back end, but I really like that.
Send us your
that
favorite
end.
back ends at pjandwh.com in the comment section.
I don't think you're going to get the same response. The Lincoln.
The Lincoln.
Yeah.
Everybody in Batman drives a Lincoln.
Exactly.
Lots of room.
Yeah. They
They got the three rows. There's looks
the brown leather.
nice brown leather.
I like the brown leather, and it's a very simplistic interior. I kind of
nice
found
simple
that very
interior.
nice.
Fantastic. This is a McLaren.
Yeah.
They had those roped off in a different section.
As they should be.
Yes, they're not going to let everyone climb in the McLaren. What a fantastic looking car!
Oh yeah, man. I mean, there was a lot
A
here.
really big Lincoln.
Oh yeah, man.
This is the Navigator.
Yeah, it's just kind of skipping
Lexus.
around. Lexus. The Lexus interior, which you were sitting here, and that trackpad I found very interesting.
Not only the trackpad, but is this the one with the wall?
No, this isn't the wall one.
This isn't the one with the wall. One of the cars had like this Corvette-like wall built up. Like he doesn't want to. No, I can't be bothered with such things of you passengers.
There was
like you're a freaking pilot. You're not a pilot. You're driving a car. It's not a jet.
But where your arm naturally laid, right where the trackpad is, right where this huge ass screen is, and
I mean, what you're going to do? You're going to be driving. Your hand's going to be here, and you're going to touch it. It's going to fuck up whatever you're doing, or whatever you're looking at.
It doesn't matter.
That's what that's going to do.
Yep,
that would annoy me
because the touchpads in the cars, they're not
look where his hand is. It's right at the touchpad.
It's your hand.
Oh, that is my hand. No, you can't see it.
Oh, yeah, you can't see it because of Kelly. The other way. Yeah.
There. You see, my hand is here.
Compare the hands here.
Yeah, no, it was this one, but I can't.
Yeah.
I can't get that angle without breaking my arm.
But and that screen, man, that's huge right there.
It is. That's a lot like
very nice.
That's
screen.
about the size of the screen that I have.
You got
nice screen, not too distracting.
Nice sized buttons to be able to control the dash as well as presumably the main screen.
And no
here.
shifter knob. Look, someone stole the shifter knob. It's probably on day one.
Ain't that always a bitch? But
what else we got?
Very nice interior on the Lexus. The outside.
I like the front end of the Lexus.
So
it's got that aggressive like.
Yeah, it's so Batman right here. It's very nice. Almost looks demon.
Going very aggressive styling.
Yeah, demon.
Oh yeah.
Like going off on the more sport model of the Lexus. Once again with the demon front end and the carbon fiber hood. I don't know why I couldn't think of that.
Hood.
The hood. The kiosks next to the cars. A couple manufacturers actually had a nice little LED screen that had interactive like information on there.
Most of them had them. They just had like a QR thing.
the QRL.
Check us out on the internet.
Yeah.
This was the colors. They have so many colors.
We got to have a color panel. You know, Lexus, I do like it, but
I don't like their greens.
The greens are just the puke olive,
deep,
like dark, weird
drab
green. Nobody wants that.
Well, someone does because someone will get one.
It's because they're settling.
Yeah, you're settling.
You're settling for baby puke green. There's nobody. I would love to believe in humanity enough that nobody would wake up and be like, God damn, I can't wait to get into my baby puke green car.
It might be someone's favorite color.
Comment below. I'd love to meet you. But another interior for Lexus, very, flat. It was in that car.
What?
I don't know what happened.
No, down. There.
There we go.
Also had
Bentley
was there.
Mm-hmm.
Bentley, Rolls Royce.
Yeah, they look iconic.
It is very.
It's
iconic.
something that you remember, but it still looks different and stylish at the same point and elegant. It's one of the things that I really saw about these upper end cars that were there is that when you look at it what that car is, but and recognize that it's not the same car you've seen, which I always found impressive. Just going on
that was the Lamborghini.
Those rims on that Lambo is
nice.
Really caught my eye. That is what really caught my eye, and it was a nice styled car too. The car that you could probably fit your casket into.
Rolls Royce crossover.
And then this one. Whoo, man, that's a sexy car. Mm-hmm. The yellow really.
Yellow is they do yellow really good.
Oh, yeah. And then, a nice pearl white. You can't go wrong. Those yellow brake calipers are weird, but you have another Rolls. It might have actually been the same one. Another Bentley.
Convertible Bentley. They did have classic movie cars.
Yeah.
They would let you sit in them for like, what was it, $50?
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
It was like,
Whatever
like
it was, it
$50.
seemed rather reasonable if you really liked the Bumblebee.
Yeah, you could take
Or they
pictures.
also had...
There's more later on. It was the A-Team, the Mystery Machine, a bunch of
Here, back end of a Mustang. Fortunately, they'll be continuing to make that one. That one's a great looking car.
that back end is, once again, Matt's favorite back ends. That is probably one of my favorite ones. I love that back end. And then the EV.
This is the one everyone's clamoring over.
Yeah.
The electric.
It still has that look of a Mustang.
Yeah, it's kind of...
You know? I mean, but then you look at the back end of it and you're like, what am I putting in there? Groceries?
It doesn't excite me.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But, you know, once again, you look at that and you're like, I
don't
mean,
know how much you could store in that. I don't know. It's like a...
Pontiac had the right idea a long time ago if this was your favorite ideal car because they had the
Oh,
Aztec.
you're right. It is like the Aztec.
It's a fucking Aztec.
Shit, it's an Aztec.
Yeah.
Ahead of the fucking time. You know what I was thinking? The Baja.
Yep.
Ahead of its fucking time. There's
Yep.
someone is always getting it's always geting serviced for there's a Baja that's always getting serviced for some reason. It's always up there. And I look at them and these stupid man SUV things.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same. They were ahead of their time. Who would have thought?
Breaking down the wall that Pontiac would have fucking
Pontiac,
predicted.
rest in peace. You know, they're ahead of their time.
You know, geniuses before their time. But you
Standard
look at the
interior.
interior. Yeah, it's an American interior. But
Not a
you
bad
look at the
interior.
look at the very small, very
Small
tight clustered. That's your aircon. That's your entertainment. Get used to it.
You know, I'm sure they want to emphasize driving and not like...
Yeah, not focusing on that. I mean, the cup holders, that's a
Generally,
weird place.
Mustangs, Ford offers a lot of variability in interior options, like colors of all you can imagine. And
Can we
all
move the
sorts
cup
of
holders
custom-
up?
At least they have them. Some cars...
I
forget
get
to
that.
put
I
them.
mean, but damn, man, that person in the passenger seat is going to be sitting on his arm's going to be sitting on your big gulp.
He's going to have to move his arm. That's why I have my taser here. And
You got to sit like this if you're in that fucking car. Like, oh, I'm sorry. You have a hot drink there. Nope, not putting your arm there. Just put it in your pocket.
okay.
What else you got?
The front end,
Looks like a big ass thing, right? Nice.
bean looking front end. I like the colors on that.
Oh, yeah.
With the yellow or
The
orange accents.
Yeah, the orange accent right there really just adds to it.
And a Kia.
The Kia, man. This was one of the ones I was like, holy fuck, what is this? I looked at this design-wise, and I was like, it's brilliant for Kia. If you're trying to keep a futuristic viewpoint on your car, I mean, shit, man.
I like the under brow light.
Yep. And, I mean, you got your normal...
It's different.
The grill looks very nice. And
Yeah. Do we have a side view? Is
the
that next
logo alone is very innovative. And you know what? That's
one?
not
It's an
a
SUV.
bad...
It's not a bad looking SUV.
That's not
I
a bad
like it.
Sorrento.
It's not a bad looking thing.
That's not that's an
Wow, what
ugly
a-
ass back end. But
Ooh,
the
what a
rest of the
back end.
car is looking good. I mean,
We're fine up until that. I don't know what we got going on there. Ooh, quickly it changes.
it's like you had clay and you're just like, man, oh fuck, you ruined my project. Turn it in, you'll get an A.
So Art Deco.
Yeah. Oh man, this is probably too. Oh my goodness. This is way
So
too
they
loud.
had this interactive menu. She's grabbing it with her hand and just moving it around.
Yes.
And as she grabbed it and moved it,
And here I'll get a little bit more, but there's this the panel in front. It's like air being shot at your hand, okay? And when you grab and pinch, you're actually moving things around on that screen and manipulating the car to where I'll eventually get
picture.
a better shot here. But I'm also one-handing this, so I'm moving it around with my hand, and you can tell when you're on like
you can
a
see
button
the shadow.
when you hit the button, right there.
Oh, there you
when
go.
you hit the button, and I'm pinching. I'm physically doing the pinching option, and I'm moving it around.
You're physically pinching, and you're pinching, and you're moving,
and it's amazing pinch. But the really amazing part is that when you're pinching or when you're moving or touching things, you feel an air pulse
Oh, that's awesome.
to let you know
Technology,
that you fucking,
right?
and then that little kid fucked it up. But
That's what they do.
that was the most impressive thing out of the Kia lineup that I saw was their
Now this one
interactive
has got a bit of
thing.
a different front end. They're sort of going with the same thing, but they sort of dialed it back a bit.
The Sportage. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like
It's
that
a
one too.
nice. I had a Sportage. I love that car. But that front end is. I don't think I like that. It's interesting. All of their front ends were interesting, but I
They're
don't
different.
think I like that.
Let's see what else.
The one that was on the turntable that was rotating,
Yeah, the
very interesting.
Interesting
back end.
taillights.
Yeah, and the body wise, it kind of looked
it's not
like
your
it was,
typical back end.
It looked like it was almost
like
going
it
off
has-
of a Subaru.
Looks like it has some storage space as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that
'Cause you
that
got
was the
all
handy
that
part
room.
that I liked about it. But the front end here is I was
This one
really
looked- yeah.
impressed.
Yeah, I remember this one. This one was really nice.
It was really nice looking. It was really impressive. That's what I really liked about it, and the whole style of the car just
very
looked
different looking. Yeah,
very
Taking-
appetizing.
crossover, and it looks
And
so
the
much.
rims.
Yeah, they do crossover. This is done so much better.
They really do crossovers well. They do crossovers really well, especially with the front end and everything with that car. It was just so impressive.
Can't wait till it's on the road.
Then we went to Chevy.
Chevy, built Ford tough.
Yeah, man. But that blue,
Corvette.
the last V8.
Yes,
that you will
the
ever
last
get.
V8 you're going to get. If you want to get a V8 Corvette, get it now.
Especially
That-
the convertible that. Oh,
The
that's
giant
the last one.
Chuck Yeager wall of doom between you and the person. I have buttons over here. How many?
I
More
can't
than
tell.
a regular car?
I
No,
can't tell
they don't
you.
do anything. I just added 47 buttons, so I don't have to
That sounds like something I would add to a car.
Click, beep. Lights that light up.
Make that
think we need
interior,
that in
that
the
shit
car.
looked like the Millennium Falcon just to make
What
it
does
look
it do?
impressive.
Nothing. They do nothing. I just sit here and look important like I'm switching things. Why is there a flux capacitor back there? I just felt it was necessary.
Blurry interior of a Subaru Forester. Subaru was out there in presence, and the Forester still looking
Forester
new.
is one you see on the road forever. People
but they
get rid of
don't
their
really
Subarus.
change.
They don't.
It looks kind of new, but because of the lights and
Little bit of body style differences,
Yeah.
just because of age, but in
It's-
technology, I imagine they got to fit in there, so they
but it
change it.
still looks the same.
Yeah, basic looks. It's
that's
supposed to be
good.
very reliable.
It's not a bad thing. Like the BRZ. You know,
Toyota BRZ, it's fantastic looking.
it is a
fantastic
nice
car.
looking. It is a
Rear-wheel
nice
drive.
looking car. The Subaru BRZ, the FRS. I didn't actually notice the
Drifters
FRS
car.
there. Yeah, the Drifters.
It's a drifter's car. It wants to
Really
drift.
liked it. Stuck
Subaru
by-
WRX.
Oh yeah.
STI.
Oh yeah. And the rumor is that they're going to be stopping after this one until they can get electric.
Yeah, that's a shame.
It's just heartbreaking.
Oh well.
Everybody's going electric. Boogie woogie woogie.
Blurry vote.
Yeah,
Foot
the STI.
of the front.
And then, of course, the Hoonigans back end there.
The regular WRX, still pretty stylish looking.
Yeah. If you can't afford an STI, you just want to have a nice, fast-paced car.
And
It's
all-wheel
not
drive,
bad.
great for
Oh, yeah.
all weather.
Oh, yeah. Great car. I mean, all of them are.
Holy, this is one of those. So we wanted to describe something. You know, when you see something, you're like, I can't describe that. This is it. We're like, what is it? I don't know. We must show people and more than them.
It's like, it was a Japanese car that
It's a
was
thing.
At like the auto show. It was in like the car club section at the bottom. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with this, but
It's got horns. It looks like an Indian restaurant. You ever been in
does.
an Indian
It
restaurant?
looks like an Indian restaurant.
If you were to take an Indian restaurant and go, wah, There you go. And the guy's like, that is exactly what I wanted. Yes, that is it. It is beautiful. I agree.
And then just slap shit on the walls.
We had to show people. They also had the new Z. Get used to the looks because they keep them for a while. And I think this is a great look.
That's a beautiful Z. It really is. I love that blue. The slant roof is such an improvement on the old 350s and the 370s.
Sort of has its own look. The last one was sort of...
The 370 had that like bubble butt back. And this is very slanted to where, you know...
fast back.
Yeah, very fast back. It just looks so attractive. I was really impressed by the look of this Z.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, the
tiny picture of the Supra.
Yeah, very
convertible Supra that we saw in the beginning.
Yes.
That's a great looking car.
Yeah. Let's see here. There was a slant
interior.
Yes.
Of the Supra. Of the looks like
I love those
8-inch, 10-inch screen.
I love the color
there.
That I don't know what is that sunburst? Do they call like that red leather?
It's nice red leather with black or
black accents. Yeah. It's nice. I mean, I love
nice looking
the Supra.
back end.
The Supra was very impressive, and then Camry again. That was actually nice.
Tiny Camry.
The A-Team van.
So for I think it was like $10, $20, whatever it was. You could get in. They would take pictures. The A-Team van. They also had the Mystery Machine.
Yeah, Scooby Doo.
The Mystery Machine. There was people lined up taking
photos
with the
Mystery
Jurassic.
Machine. Very small. Jurassic Park.
Way over here in the if you look all the way here, right here, it's the Jurassic Park thing. I could have been farther away. I was interested in the A-Team.
I had pictures.
And I'm like, someone might want to look at this.
I had pictures of both of those, and I was like,
this is the one you got it.
But it looks so much bigger on my phone. So, but you had the Mystery Machine.
It's just this far in the map.
Yeah, you had the Mystery Machine. You had the and then they had the Velociraptor next to the Jurassic Park Jeep, which was very entertaining. So that was the auto show. People that didn't make it. Volkswagen, Audi, Acura, Mitsu, Mazda. There were a lot of people that didn't show that normally did. BMW didn't show.
There were Porsches there, but there was no
actual presence.
Porsche presence.
Yeah.
It's like even Rolls-Royce, someone's car was there.
Yeah, but it wasn't a full...
It wasn't a full... They didn't send a full spread. They did also have the driving where someone would drive you around a little off-road like course.
Yeah,
with the Jeep and the drive a...
Volvo.
Volvo, yeah.
EV.
The electric
Yeah.
Volvos. A couple of them there charging.
The takeoff point was really impressive because they had that long spread that was like the whole back end of the convention center that... It was just
space
like, all right,
they had to fill with the missing people.
Yeah, sit and wait, and then let it charge, and then they just boop, like took off, lightning quick, like a rubber band. It was so. It was impressive watching, but that's why they have it there to let you know. You see the Jeep with the fucking weird ass Ultimate Ninja obstacle course that you couldn't drive yourself because that would be expensive
and totally blurry. The auto show, it was nice to have the auto show back again.
It was.
Hopefully it'll be bigger and better next year. I hope that Mazda will be there. There's great rumors of what they're working on, something big with the next Miata or another car.
Yeah.
Or something gigantic.
Well, it's a start is what this was. And like I said on Triforce, it was just good to have it back. But next year, we're going to be building off of this. We'll have I figure we will have a lot more manufacturers back next year as opposed to this year. But this year was the launching point of, hey, are we going to do it? Are we going to jump in the pool? Fuck it, we're doing it. And now next year, all our friends are going to jump into.
Right.
So we'll have to see.
If you want to jump in a pool, go over to pjandwh.com and check out our videos, information about us, or you could get on all over on the very end here and contact us. I'd love to hear from you. What do you have to say, car related? We all love to talk to you. Do you have a ride you've been working on and would love to brag about? We'd love to talk about it.
Absolutely. And we thank you for joining us on the inaugural Lugnutz video, Spotify version. We are now going to be going on Spotify video, just like we do with YouTube and the Facebook. You're going to be able to listen and watch us. So that way you can actually see what cars we are talking about, as opposed to just listening to us rant and hope that you've actually seen them before.
Instead of listening to our horrible descriptions.
Oh, God.
It's kind of like a wedge. It's like a wedge. It's a wedge shape.
Yeah. It's one of those things that you got to see it to believe it. But we thank you for joining us every single week, and this is only but the beginning of the iceberg, Lugnutz, because it does not matter if you drive a Lotus or a Prius, because nothing rolls without Lugnutz. We'll see you next week, gang. Until then, drive on! 2 barks, that's it?
That's it. It's always got in them.
Okay. He used to run and jump and dance because it's super crazy outside time! He's not believing it. You're trying. I do believe it, you're trying. I appreciate it.
Well, we'll have Formula One to talk about soon.
Yeah, man. Drive to Survive. I think it's coming up soon.
It's out now.
Well, we're going to tune in next week, gang. Bye-bye.
Play on my tangers. That was a good segue. Our Island Kelly.
It was rough.
The moment is past.
Rough. Very rough.
Rough.
Drive on Lugnutz.